Hello and welcome. I'm Tony Robertson, and this is the first in the 2024 series of Tony Talk. So, this first edition will be a bit of a review of the past year and looking to the commitments, passions, and activity for 2024. So, welcome to the journey. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which this production is made, the Yagara and Turrbal peoples. I pay my respect to elders, past and present, who have welcomed me to country and taught me so much. I also make a public acknowledgement of my commitment to the Uluru Statement from the Heart, the conversation about voice, treaty, and truth-telling will continue, and I am proud to be committed to that journey. Each year is a time of transition, and although the previous year finishes with Christmas, a story of new birth and hope, we also acknowledge that the year that has just passed also includes the passing of those who have shared life's journey with us. For me, there's been a number of family members that have passed away. Two more of my father's siblings, one of his sisters, Velda, and his younger brother, Chris, both passed away in the 12 months since I did this recording in 2022. And along the way, a couple of my cousins, and both of them from Chris's family, and men who were younger than myself. So a sort of reminder of the unpredictability of life and its journey. The other images here, of course, are people from media that have been significant in my 71 years journey, for the more recent people like Sinead through to Harry Belafonte, David McCallum, and Terry Norris from local television. I also acknowledge the passing of journalist John Pilger and Shirley Shackleton, who continued the work of justice following the assassination of her husband Greg by the Indonesian military when he was working in Timor-Leste. Two First Nations elders who were very important in my life, Auntie Betty Pike and Auntie Velda Puel, also returned to the dreaming during this time. And my good friend Joan, with whom I shared much of the journey of justice making and vision for a better world. These are some of the people I acknowledge and remember who've gone to join the ancestors in the previous 12 months. So it was a pretty full year, and as I mentioned, my commitment to the Yes campaign and the referendum saw me traveling around the country even, opportunity to meet with people like Noel Pearson and Stan Grant, but also to join in public rallies promoting awareness and encouraging the yes vote. I was also very involved with my union, the Media Entertainment Arts Alliance, and sharing solidarity with the issues around journalism and the free press. I am involved with the L'Arche community, where we share life with people with and without disability. During the year, I was invited to present a workshop at the Disability Projects and Communities panel in Sydney, and later in the year, the local L'Arche Brisbane community presented me with a memorial quilt at the end of some project work I had been doing with the community. These quilts are quite significant. They include personal messages from community members that are then sewn into this extraordinary quilt made by women who are part of the Queensland Quilters Network. So this is a real treasure to have received, and a great acknowledgement from the community that's been very close to my heart. A couple of commitments that I began during the year. I became a charter or foundation member of Rotary, a Rotary club for LGBTIQA plus people, Bris Pride Rotary, the first such Rotary club in the Southern Hemisphere, and the fifth such club globally in Rotary International. Really exciting to be part of an NGO that isn't a faith-based organisation, which has been much of my experience. So I'm quite excited about Rotary's vision, their connection to the ending of polio around the globe, but also their foundation of peace centres across universities. I also accepted a 3-year term as a member of the Catholic Justice and Peace Commission in the Archdiocese of Brisbane. I've had a long connection with the Commission doing their social media since 1997. So it's great to be on the Commission itself now, working on the areas of education and advocacy within my local Catholic community. Getting out and around again. My commitment to social change takes me onto the street with peace rallies and more recently, rallies supporting and promoting awareness of climate justice. A few of my colleagues there. And I continue my conversations in collaboration with political friends, movers and shakers within the political structure of our state. Di Farmer, the state member, and Lucy Collier, the Brisbane City Council member, around Bulimba. And again, this is a suburb where our local Bris Pride Rotary Club is based. So it's always fantastic to make those connections with local communities through the NGOs that I'm involved with. Another highlight of the year was having some of my photography used once again for a reconciliation action plan. This has happened over several years, beginning with Micah Projects almost 8 or 9 years ago. And now in 2023, having some of my images appear on the Reconciliation Action Plan for the Archdiocese of Brisbane. I'm really honoured to know that the images I take continue to share messages of justice, inclusion, and reconciliation. Okay, a couple of slides of organisations that I supported through the activities that I was involved with, community events that grabbed my attention and also grabbed my commitment. So here's a bit of a sample of some of the local organisation groups that I participated in. Some are smaller than others. Some are groups which I have membership, others are groups in which I participate and collaborate to, again, raise awareness in our community, particularly for those who live with situations of vulnerability, those who seek justice and inclusion. And here again, it looks like a busy year when you put all that together. And a lot of this, of course, is also part of my social media activism, sharing the news, sharing the opportunities for community members to expand their horizons. I don't do just social media. I also get to read. Now, look, I read a bit, but I thought I'd just share 5 of the books that came across my reading this year. Now, a few of them are from the local Brisbane City Council library, and I really value local libraries. And a couple of them, Transgender Australia and Imagination in an Age of Crisis. Both of those I lashed out and bought them for my personal library. Again, expanding my horizons, nurturing my imagination. Reading is a wonderful way to do all that. And this is just a very small sample, I can assure you, of some of the texts that I read through the year. It's a new year. And my commitment to recycling even includes my calendar. Yes, I have a stack of calendars that I've collected over the years. And for the last 10 years or so, I have not had to buy a new calendar because I'm able to recycle calendars that have the exact same date pattern as current. So, would you believe this year's date pattern was replicated in 1996? And so this is the calendar that I have up for this year. That's a great recycling idea. I don't know whether anyone else does the recycling of calendars, but it's a fun activity as part of my transition from one year to another, sorting through and working out which calendar to use. It's a big year in political sense. Locally, here in my own state of Queensland, we have a state election and we also have our local Brisbane City Council elections. But when you look at this image here and realise half the world's population will go to the polls in 2024, one of the polling situations that's not mentioned there, one of the elections that's going to be very significant here in Australia, is the Indonesian presidential elections. So that's going to be one to watch with interest. One of the candidates is a former military person who was involved in some of the abuse in Timor-Leste at the time of independence. So history is important, that we know our history and know what is happening around us. So that's going to be significant. Certainly for me, it's going to be a busy year politically. As well as that, I have these organisations, groups that I am involved with, either online or through intentional meetings, or support some of them among committees. Others I hold membership and share around the place. The one down the corner, Neighbours Without Borders, is a training program in cross-cultural encounters that I completed just a couple of weeks ago at the very beginning of the year. An exciting project from Palms, Australia, about the cultural encounter here in our neighbourhoods, particularly with people with disability, LGBTIQ people, those who are left on the fringe of our social structures. So that's been an exciting experience that I will now need to translate into action awareness and sharing. And you can find out more about each of these via that link that's there. That'll take you to my website, where I have links to all these and other community groups to which I am committed. As I said, a lot of my work is social media, and you can follow this year's news, activities, events, photographs across these different platforms. And I invite you to click on them and have a look. There'll be a link to this PowerPoint in the descriptor in YouTube when I upload this video. So that's what's happening, and that's what happened last year. I look forward to sharing Tony Talk with you through the year. I do invite your response, conversation, and engagement. It's social media, not monomedia. So this clip will be loaded onto my Facebook channel. Comments are open, and it'll be shared across some of my social media platforms. So I do invite you to engage, join the conversation, ask questions, challenge, express discomfort, express solidarity. That's what social media is all about. So until next time, it's been great sharing this news with you. I look forward to joining you again soon. Bye for now.